Good morning, everybody. It's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I just had a smoothie this morning with bananas, almond milk, chocolate syrup, peanut butter, and all of my supplements. I have to be really careful. I've had a flare lately of my Hashimoto's thyroiditis, and I am sure that it has come from being exposed to too much gluten. So I'm gluten-free again, and I've been that way for about 6 days. I do feel better already. I have an appointment with my doctor in about a week to have my antibodies checked and just see if I'm having a flare. I should have known that I couldn't keep sneaking gluten into my diet and be okay. Anyway, there's research that shows that people who have Hashimoto's thyroiditis often have sensitivity to gluten or gluten intolerance. The research is still, I don't know, I don't think they've done huge studies, and some doctors just blow that off, but I believe it's real. I've got some trash to go in the trash journal, so I thought I would turn the camera on for a little bit and we can catch up in this massive journal. This journal is just so much fun. I have no idea what I will do with this journal eventually, but I'm thinking if I ever have a display of all of my work, like if I do a show or something, it would be fun to have things like this on display just for people to see the potential in things from the recycle bin, whatever. So I have added some to this. Let me get my thoughts together. There is one thing in particular. I love this label so much. I just love it. And this came from a bottle of hand soap that my sister bought for me. I've had this for years, maybe like 18 years, 15 years, something like that. I've had it for a long time because I had it in the old house, and I have carried the bottle with me. I don't want to cut off too much of that. Everywhere I've moved. And the label just finally started to tear up. What I've done is refill the bottle every time it runs out, you know, with different kinds of soap. And it was just a really good bottle. I'm gonna slide this down in this protective sleeve if I can manage it, because one side of the label is sticky. I'm amazed that I was able to peel the entire thing off. So the bottle was a clear plastic. Oh my goodness, that is so perfect. I don't know if I want to sew this into the journal or just leave this out so I can see it. Well, we will keep it out, but this allows you at least to see how you can save things. The way the bottle was, this showed on the front, and then when you turned the bottle around, it was clear and you could kind of see through the soap a little bit, and as the soap emptied, you could see this side on the inside of the label. So I don't know, this was just really special to me. It was something that I loved, and it was gifted to me. I had so much depression, so much darkness during those days. This just, I don't know why I attached to this image, this bottle. It's like it represented a part of me that I knew was in there. The artist, the creativity, the independence, being able to accomplish things that I know I could do, things that were being silenced because of the relationship I lived in. So let's just look at some of this. I think I've put maybe a lot in since you saw this last, and we will just flip. My hands have been really dry since the flare up of my Hashimoto's. I don't know if you can notice it. Jason actually massaged my hands for me last night with some CeraVe lotion, which that's amazing. I love CeraVe. They do feel better this morning, but they've been looking pretty rough lately. Had a low-grade headache for a while. I love this. The gummy bears, and then you can see that old image inside the bag. These little green tea matcha sticks. I had never tried those, and Sandra sent me some of those. I love them. Thank you so much. There's the candy tag, safe in the journal in this pocket. There are all sorts of pockets and things here. Little handles from bags. And that was from Halloween candy. I think Jay sent me that postcard. Yeah, Tampa Bay Market. There's that clip I bought from the Dollar Tree and then just stuck it in the journal. Sometimes I buy hair clips and I love them, and sometimes I buy them and I just don't care for them in my hair after I get them. So let's see. Let's just keep flipping. I've got to go see this show, Alphonse Mucha, at the Museum of Art. It's going to end sometime in January, so I really need to make plans to go see that. There's another one. Little Gerber baby. So you can just see all sorts of labels, stamps, tags, trash, boxes that playing cards came in. So you can see how the pages get so much tinier here. I just sewed in as much as my sewing machine would let me. And then we have this fun strip that was it's like a little tie on an apron, and I liked the fabric a lot. So let's get busy and find a place for some of these things. Ooh, I love this. Sandra, thank you so much. I have enjoyed this more than I can say. This journal has gotten so big that I feel like I can't put it under the sewing machine. How do I want to do this? And where do I want to put this? Is my, oh, it could kind of wrap around there at the bottom. I like that. That way we don't lose the little package for the eyeliner pencil. Another thing that happens when your thyroid quits working is that your eyebrows can become thin, especially on the outer edges. And I don't notice it so much when I look in the mirror, but when I see pictures of myself, my eyebrows don't look full. It looks like they stop prematurely, and it's just because they get thin on the outer edges. And I do feel good overall. I really do. I've had some symptoms that have been flaring up, and I feel like it's a good thing to pay attention to your body. I try to do that, and I really should have gotten ahead of this earlier. I've let it go for a while, and especially because of the holidays, I did eat a lot of gluten during Thanksgiving, and I shouldn't have. But I'm looking at this as an opportunity to get back on track of really taking care of myself. I used to do a lot more as far as smoothies and juicing and making infusions from my garden, but I felt like I had to. I felt like I was in such a life or death, fight or flight situation all the time that I had to take care of myself. It's hard to explain. I was doing it maybe for, well, I'm not going to say for the wrong reasons, but I felt like I was going to die a lot of times because of depression. And now we have some more things to go in. we've got this tag that's already on a bulb pin. So I think I'm gonna shorten the ribbon a little bit so that when we attach it, it's not gonna hang so far away from wherever we attach it. And it could go, I'll have to find a place. It could attach into this handle maybe. It's pretty tough. I think it will just tear out of a paper towel, but we might be able to poke it through. Yeah, that's a lot easier. Let's just poke it through the edge of that bag for right now. And we could make a pocket for it to sit in. What else did I bring up here? Oh, this is my favorite hair clip. I don't have one out here, or I would show you. I bought one years ago and it has lasted. It has to be big enough, you know, to hold my hair. And this one is, and they're not all like that. So I went back to, I think CVS is where I used to see them, and lo and behold, they didn't have any. And I thought, why did I wait until they're not carrying them anymore? And then I saw one in Harris Teeter, a grocery store, so I bought it. I probably should have bought two, but I was trying to not spend too much money. I thought, well, I'll get another one again soon. So I definitely want to do that. Now I'm wishing I hadn't cut or tied that closer, but I'm just going to bring it down and pin it a little lower down. Sit. It can actually go through there like that. Oops. Let's bring it down even more. Or maybe we can come back and untie that. It's good not to do things prematurely. I should have figured out where I was going to put this before I tied it. But that's okay. This ribbon is pretty slick. This satiny ribbon, and it actually really unties pretty easily. So let's go back up here to the top. There's something so relaxing about playing with stuff like this because you're not messing anything up. This is all recycle and trash to start with, so you don't have to worry about messing up some expensive paper or fabric. Here are some more. I've enjoyed this. So I bought myself a teapot and some really cute little cups. I'll put a picture in so you can see it. And it holds, let's see, 4 cups. It holds 32 ounces. Sorry, my math this morning. So I put 4 tea bags in it, fill it up with boiling water, let it sit, and then I enjoy drinking little cups of tea, and that is really relaxing too. And I think that's been really good for me to get hydrated and to get some different herbs and spices into my body as I'm trying to get out of this flare that I'm in. I know I had some more things. So we've got this little tag, which could slide down in here, and we can pin it somewhere maybe. Or how do we want to do this? Is that a pocket? Oh, that could sit in there. That works good because we've just got that little pack right there. This is just so much fun. I did want to really catch up this morning on my trash journaling. This is a box of cards. The same night I bought the hair clip, I was in Harris Teeter, like I said, at the grocery store, and a lot of the cards I sell are vintage. Most of them are vintage, but if I find a really pretty deck of cards that's new, I buy it. And I love that this has the bee on it. So let me show you the whole deck. Each card has the bee on the outside. So I'm adding these to my playing cards that I sell. And there's a wild card. That's the Ace of Spades. Sometimes the Ace of Spades is a really fancy card. There's another wild card. I got these all sort of mixed up. We can put that in the trash journal too because it's just the logo on each side. So that's a pretty deck. That's going in my cards. But let's find a way to get this in here. Is that closed up all the way? I think I'm going to sit that right in there because we can see both sides. And I will just, I'm only going to staple the bag, not the card. And that'll keep it from sliding out. We might even add some tape or something later. Be able to turn this into some sort of pocket, like just a floating. That could sit right there. Let's do that. Let's staple. I've got to be getting close to running out of staples in here. That gives us another pocket for a tag because that's open at the top. And I love using gelatos with my trash journals. Let's just put some color on that tab right there, and we can actually add some color here too. Sometimes I'll take a wet paintbrush and come back and spread all these colors around and dry it. Right now, let's just get some color in. I don't know why I'm not always drawn to red. Like even now I'm thinking, ooh, I'm not crazy about that. Let's add some purple. This is just play. This, I love things like this. It just gives you a chance to think and let your mind, like easy thinking. Your thoughts can just do what they want to do while you play. And sometimes really important ideas they'll take shape, you know, while you're playing. And I'm not even going to try to dry that right now. It'll dry. Oops, looks like there were some darker colors in there. Ooh, this might be pretty on that piece of napkin. That was alcohol ink, one of my favorite things. We've got all of that space. That, I might be caught up on the trash at this point. Well, there's another. That's just something from a playing card deck as well. I like to keep adding layers without really covering anything up. And that adds another little flap. Let's find one more place. Oops, that would help if you're opening the right end to add some bright color. These stickers don't really stick. Let's see if that pulls right off, and it'll leave a circle, except I should have done a better job of going all around it. And maybe some bright yellow. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely still working in the big, huge trash journal. This is one of my favorites. It was just a very spontaneous thing to make something this big. I had saved up a lot of trash and recycling, and it was honestly getting in the way. I had saved up so much that if I didn't do something with it, I was gonna just toss it all, like actually recycle it and throw it in the trash, you know, depending on what was appropriate. So I just sat down and said, okay, I'm I'm gonna make something with this. And I just quickly covered a file folder in fabric on both sides and started sewing things in. And this is the result. I don't know how many of those I have. I thought I only had 2. Did I? Maybe I pulled one out a few minutes ago. Oh, I want to show you one more thing. I put together just a few pieces of ephemera and scanned it this morning. You can see the feather up above this really cool bird illustration. Old photograph, that is an old, like a reprint of a piece of art that I had in my ephemera. An old note to an editor. There's a little entry tag for a state fair. And this is part of a certificate. It's proof of identity, 1862. So this is on my website. If you go to abitofbirdsong.com, it's on my blog. I try to share free things like that, so you can print that out and use it. Probably going to be doing art on top of this for the art journal. I don't know yet. I want most of the art in that. I want all of the actual art to be original, but I will probably do art on top of other things. I don't know yet, but anyway, that's free if you want to go check that out. I'll put a link to that. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back really soon. Bye for now.